Welcome to Tokyo, a city that pulsates with life, culture, and an irresistible culinary scene. In a city renowned for its skyscrapers and cherry blossoms, there exists another world. That is so scrumptious. A world of delicious, affordable eats that are cherished by both locals and travelers alike. From the sizzling pans of tiny izakaya stands to the steamy windows of neighborhood ramen joints, Tokyo offers a mosaic of flavors that don't have to empty your wallet. Whether you're craving a hearty bowl of ramen, a quick on-the-go sandwich, or a spread from a local buffet, we've got you covered because these hidden gems are where affordability meets quality and taste. So here are 18 of the best cheap eats in Tokyo, Japan. That's the biggest pile of fries I've ever seen. Hey guys, Mike J here in Tokyo. I was just browsing around looking for things to eat today. Came across this place very randomly. I'm trying to go there right now before they close for lunch, but it's an all-you-can-eat Wagyu Buffet for $7. You can only eat it for 45 minutes. And there's a line out the door every single day. Oh, I passed it. It's one of these. Oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. I think that's it right here. Yep, this is it. Oh, there's a line still. It's about 1:40 right now, and they close at 2:30. So I'm hoping it's a situation where as long as you get in before 2:30, you still get your 45 minutes. We'll see. Actually, I might not be able to make it this time. The line, I thought the line started right over there, but the line is all the way over here. It's about 10 people in front of me. So here, everybody gets a personalized grill. A lot of people just come here by themselves, and you get a grill to yourself. And when you come in here, you just hear the crackling of the grill. Meat just arrived. Oh, that pork belly's good. Here's the menu that they give you. You choose one set of person. The meat ranges from miso flavor to just pure salt flavor. Set A is pork belly, and I think pork neck, so it's set B, but the flavor is different. Set C is what most people get, and that is liver. Most people come here and get the liver, and they'll serve the liver until they sell it out. This pork belly is so fatty. That was miso. I know I kind of burned a lot of this, trying to film and cook at the same time, but this is the best. Kind of burn it a little bit so the fatty meat is all nice and crispy and charred, and also you get that nice sweetness. And then of course that umami, gentle sweetness from the miso. You also get some fresh onions as palate cleansers. Soup. Seaweed soup in a bowl of rice. All you can eat 45 minutes. I probably spent 10 minutes already, so you gotta get to eating. I think this is the heart, and it's just marinated in some salt and pepper. Then liver will go on. Fire is very strong, so you guys just watch your meat carefully. Oh, there's sesame seeds on the meat as well. I've never really grilled liver or heart before, so I'm kind of trying to figure this out as I go. But I think the heart is ready. Wow. That is so scrumptious. I love heart. I feel like it's a very underappreciated cut of meat. So tender and meaty and juicy. A little salt and pepper is all it takes, and of course that beautiful smoke from the grill, a nice fragrant flavor from the sesame seeds. Piece of liver. So the liver's a little snappy. Some parts very soft. And as you can see, pretty juicy. I feel like I cooked this one really well. Pretty tender on the inside. Good, clean, organy flavor. The liver is really good. I'm a big fan of liver. I love chicken liver. Never really barbecue liver before though. So that's fantastic. I feel like the liver and the heart, two very different textures, both really, really good, especially the liver. You only have a limited amount of liver every single day, so when it sells out, it sells out. When you're cooking, especially the pork belly, you gotta be careful because that stuff is all fat. Everything just cooks really, really fast. The neck's way leaner than the pork belly. Still very tender. That pork belly though, out of this world. You gotta try that. Also, when you got about 10 minutes left, they tell you you only have 10 minutes left, so you can hurry up and order more. The meat actually goes so well with the rice, especially the cuts that are marinated in miso. It's like a freshly cooked butadon. Put some pickled onions in there. This is such a good place. Again, $7 US. All you can eat. I'm not gonna find a better deal than that. The Tarekatsu place. You can get it for about $7. I met a really nice lady. She told me that this one is what she recommends. The two katsu. Kore? Oh, oishi desu? Oishi. I guess I'm getting some fried vegetables. I got a 3-piece Katsudon. And this plate with the Katsudon, the miso soup, a little pickled cabbage, it's about $5 US. And with a Tarekatsu, it's a fried piece of pork cutlet dipped in curry sauce, which is pretty much like a sweetened soy sauce. Oh my goodness, this is intense. When I first bit down on it, you feel this little subtle crunch of katsu, and this is already dipped in tare sauce, so the breading is not going to be as crunchy as like a regular piece of katsu, but it still has such a nice subtle little crunch, and inside juicy, tender piece of pork, and then that subtly sweet umami flavor bomb of a katsu just keeps radiating taste and flavor chew after chew on the top of your tongue. Little pickle veggie. Oh, this has ginger inside. Just completely cleanses the palate. Oh, this is so good. $5 for this. That's such a great deal. If you want, there's a little chili powder, there's peppercorn, and mustard. I'll put a little mustard on it and see what happens. Super spicy mustard that completely cuts into any of the greasiness from the oil, and that makes that katsu taste even sweeter than it is. That mustard combo is perfect. Definitely put this on top of your katsu. Second set I got, so this one has a little pop-in tomato, as katsu vegetables as well, like eggplant, a broccoli, some shrimp, and I got the katsu fillet this time. So it's a better cut of pork. Let's try the shrimp. Oh. It's not shrimp, fried baby corn. This is delicious. The sweetness of the tare sauce is just enhanced by that juicy, sweet poppin' corn, pumpkin. Well, way more of a crunch, tons more flavor. The tare sauce just adds so much umami to pretty much anything it touches. Like, I've had tempura pumpkin before, it never tasted this good. I mean, this is delightful. Eggplant. Oh, This is so juicy. I don't remember ever having Tarekatsu before, but every single bite is so much more flavor, so much more interesting than traditional katsu. The fillet is even more tender. It's amazing how the cutlet still retains that nice crunch even after being dipped into the sauce. And of course, you taste the sweet, clean flavor of the pork, a little taste of fat, and the flavor is just enhanced exponentially by the sauce. Then chase it with some yummy rice. I love traditional katsu. This tastes so much better. I'm gonna put this place on my high recommended restaurants in Tokyo. Still a piece of broccoli here. Even the broccoli is oishi desu. That sauce and that light little coating of crunch, that changes everything. Sometimes the food gods work in mysterious ways. When one restaurant closes, you get to taste another one. And this one will make you very, very happy. Right now, I am at the Nakano Broadway Mall. It's a pretty big mall with tons of food, shopping, arcades. And I'm looking for this one particular stall. Alright, I found it. This is gonna be my breakfast for today. This is Chiyoda Sushi. It's located in level B1. I'll have all the information for this place down in the description box below. This is the cheapest sushi I've ever encountered in my life. So all you have to do is get a drink. It can be a soft drink. And you can get 15 pieces of today's special sushi, whatever the special of the day is, for 10 yen each. So 7 cents at today's conversion for a piece of sushi. Let's go. I got oolong tea, and the special today is yellowtail. And you get a little side dish too. A side dish of carrots, root vegetables, and corn, little mayo, yellowtail nigiri. This is really good. Sushi rice is perfect, very fragrant, vinegary. Yellowtail melts in your mouth tender. It's so fresh. Perfect ratio between fish and rice. A little dip in the soy sauce. I mean, that's probably about as good of a yellowtail as you can find anywhere. Don't miss out on their tempura either. This thing is so light. Wow. It's so light and fries so well. That's really good. All the ingredients really fresh. I kind of super juicy too. A piece of fish. Every piece fried to absolute perfection. So light and crunchy on the outside, inside beautiful, tender meat. Crunches is so lovely. And this plate of tempura I just had, about $7. Lotus root. So their regular dishes are very affordable as well. This is such a great place. Sweet potato. Crunchy on the outside, soft, pillowy, sweet potato inside. I'm gonna go ahead and put this place on a must-try list if you ever come to Tokyo. Like, for what you're paying, the food is extraordinary. I mean, it's delicious on its own, but for the price point, this might be the most worth it sushi place on the planet. Even when I was at the Thailand night market, sushi there was about 50 cents a piece. This is just unbelievable. Plus, you get a miso soup with a shrimp head. Oh. That's way better than a typical miso soup. Stuck on the shrimp head a little bit. Get back to my sushi. Also, the owner here, so friendly, so nice. Don't speak Japanese like me, not a problem. Oishii desu. Arigatou gozaimasu. It's down this little stairway in this, looks like an apartment building. Very unassuming hidden gem of a place. Oh my gosh, here it is. This place is so cool. Very simple menu. They only serve bonito flakes over rice, and you can have the option of adding a raw egg or wasabi or katsuobushi butter or fried bonito. Basically, it's just bonito flakes over rice for breakfast. So after you place your order, they bring over the bonito for you to look at. If you've never seen a bonito, tried bonito before, it just feels like a piece of wood. It feels like the same as this table does, except for not as smooth. And this is what you're eating, this shaved down. So they just grab handfuls of bonito, put it on the rice. They give you a ton of bonito flakes. So to make the dry bonito, cut the fish up, then they boil it. They shade it, put it into a mold, then everything is sun-dried. And that gives you this. And there's a special tool used to shave this. It's almost like shaving wood. What they say is to put some salt all over the bonito flakes. They said to add some soy sauce as well. It's so hard to eat because the bonito flakes is really airy. Kind of hard to try to grab the rice down below. That's really good. The bonito flakes themselves just contain so much umami. They're sliced so thin, they pretty much dissolve in your tongue. It's almost translucent. And when they're put on top of hot foods, because they're so light, they basically just flutter around. And I remember the first time I ever saw bonito on top of okonomiyaki. Part of my ignorance, I thought they were alive. Also, got some fried bonito. Really crispy skin, soy sauce based, very saucy, slightly sweet. Plus I got an egg. Drop a raw egg in there, break that up, mix it with your rice, and that kind of binds the bonitos together as well, so the bonito is not just flying everywhere now. Also, I got bonito butter. So mix that in as well. And add the fresh wasabi. If you come here, 100% recommend getting the egg. It just adds a super nice creaminess and richness to this dish. Also, like I said, it kind of binds the bonito flakes together so it's not just flying off your bowl. The wasabi I shared, also a must. This brings a nice kick because right now pretty much your bowl is super rich, really deep, umami-filled dish. Adding a bit of kick to it. This is such a delicious and very unique breakfast. This place, they close as soon as they sell out, and that's usually around lunchtime. So if you want to come here and give this a try, get here early. This is one of the most popular bowls of skemen you can find in Tokyo. I'm lucky to get in right away. So the powder on top is bonito powder. Combine the broth together. Bonito goes in. Switch it around. Wow. First of all, the noodles are so perfectly chewy. The flavor of the dipping broth, it's just like a thick, rich umami of this. There's pork in here, there's nori, there's bamboo, and I always would recommend getting skimming if you're ever in Tokyo. I mean, I like a traditional bowl of ramen, but skimming is just so much better in terms of texture. So they put the chashu right into this dipping broth right here. So tender. The egg just adds to the richness of the broth. Add a little pepper if you want, and the thick broth just cleans on. Also love that snappiness from the bamboo. When you're done, soup stock. What's really unique about this place is, first of all, the chashu is chopped up, mixed in with the dipping sauce. The sauce is rich, it's thick, it's deep. The umami flavor from the bonito, it's just exploding in there. The noodles though, that is the star. This might be the best noodle texture I've ever had. It was so amazingly chewy. The texture of those noodles is gonna be haunting me for the rest of my days. That is such an amazing, amazing ramen place. So apparently the Satron restaurant is pretty popular in Tokyo. Just opened up and is almost full. And I got a mapo tofu and knife cut noodles. Everything is handmade here. Because I got that, I get 3 free dumplings, which you go up to the counter and you serve yourself. My dumplings just okay. They kind of taste like veggie dumplings, but I see meat in here, so not a lot of flavor in the meat. Soup is good though. Oh my goodness. I've never seen mapo tofu like this before. They cooked this mapo tofu in a sizzling stone pot, and they told me it's a solid piece of tofu in here, so you gotta mix it up. Look at the chilies and spices in this thing, and it's soaked in tofu, so they're saying to just mix it well. Tea with it, knife cut noodles. Take some mapo tofu, put it on my noodles. What I should have done, instead of putting the mapo tofu in my noodles, put the noodles into my mapo tofu. This is some next level mapo tofu. This tofu itself is so soft. Everything is made in-house here. Add the mapo tofu in there, mix it up, and instantaneously these noodles are completely transformed. Especially, I'm telling you, dip it back into that mapo tofu a little bit. If you guys never had knife cut noodles before, you gotta try it. Traditionally, the cook has the giant dough on his head and just shaving it into the broth. So the noodles comes out really coarse, some thick, some thin, but the texture is so chewy and nice, and these noodles are perfect. Also, mapo tofu, you gotta eat it with some rice, so they got rice up there for you as well. I love this restaurant. This is an awesome place to go. Plenty of meat, it's spicy, it's so nummy, it's so fragrant. My tongue is already turning numb from the peppercorn and the chilies. And the mapo tofu is just sizzling hot the entire time you're eating it because it's in that stone bowl. Tofu is ridiculously soft. The fermented bean they use in this, delicious. So you get all that great earthiness from this dish as well. I know this is not a secret for locals, but what a find for me. Also, got some hot oil wontons. This is way better than the dumplings. Chive and pork wontons. The sauce is good, it's spicy, it's nummy. The skin of the wontons is soft. 100% come here, try out the sizzling mapo tofu. I did make one mistake. I got the noodle with the mapo tofu. I see rice sitting up there, so I just went and got some rice. The rice is extra. I'll 100% recommend the noodles though. Just got a bag of goodies from Truffle Bread. A lot of people have been talking about this bakery online, and I got their #1 and #2 items. We gotta try the hot one right away. This is their croque monsieur, and it's made with truffles. First of all, it's packaged beautifully. If you never had a croque monsieur, it's a hot sandwich made with ham and cheese, and they put fresh shaved black truffle on top. They give you a lot of shaved truffles on top, and I'm just gonna not wasting a single slice of this. This sandwich is covered in cheese, and then the cheese is toasted by a torch, so it's beautifully charred on top. It's a very thick sandwich, and the smell of it is just unreal. Inside, gooey cheese. Toast is absolutely perfect. Super crusty and buttery on the outside. Inside, so soft and pillowy. Get that delightful crunch from the crust, some toasty cheese, and inside just a nest of pure, gooey, creamy cheese. Oh, and there's pieces of ham in here as well, right under the cheese, deliciously smoky. That croque definitely lived up to all the hype. Wow. I've had many a croque in my day. Never like that. And if I ate that and croaked right after, that'd be a really fitting last meal. Also, I got their second bestseller. This is their truffle butter bun. It's covered in a thin layer of sugar. I love this bakery. It's so airy. It's sweet, it's earthy, the bread is nice and chewy, and as you chew, the wonderful flavor of the truffle just accentuates. If you're ever in Tokyo, and if you love truffle or you love croque, come here and get those two things I just had. You're gonna make your day a lot better. Also, I just wanna say that croque at today's conversion is about $7. $7 for a freshly shaved truffle, delicious, out of this world croque. That's such a good deal. So this place, you can get a basic curry for 500 yen, so for about $3, where you can get their cutlet curry, which is about 700 yen, so about $5. I love hole-in-the-wall curry shops like this. And as soon as you get in, they give you a cup of water and a little coffee. giant portion of curry covered in meat sauce and freshly fried katsu. Oh, this is so good. This is some mind-blowing curry. It's probably the thickest Japanese curry I've ever had. It's really creamy, almost as if like potato was already somehow mixed into the curry. On the top, crispy looking katsu. And of course, this whole thing just filled with minced meat. Katsu is insanely crispy on the outside, inside very, very tender. And right now, the heat of the curry is starting to hit me. So a little iced coffee brings the heat down a little bit. Overall flavor really deep and spicy and scrumptious. Definitely the thickest curry in the land. More like a very thick gravy. The rice is really fragrant as well, whether you're talking texture, flavor. Overall aroma of the dish, it's wonderful. All this, a super hefty portion, about $5 US. And honestly, the coffee goes really well with the curry. Before leaving Jinbocho, I really wanted to try this place out, this udon place. Look at the line at 3 p.m. That's not even lunchtime or dinner time. Someone said that don't be intimidated by the line because it's always a long line. They move really, really quickly. Gotta be honest, a little intimidated. That's a really long line. Just got inside. The wait wasn't that bad. It took about 15 minutes. Got the beef udon. Oh, this broth is ridiculous. So this thing, tons of fatty, thin sliced beef, tons of scallions and some garlic. I put some pepper on here as well. Oh, that beef is so tender. That soup is just pure flavor. You taste the dashi and the fattiness of the beef, and I don't know what else they did with this that made it so magical. Take a slurp of noodles, which are nice and firm and chewy. I'll definitely come here and get this. I love this so much, I got a second bowl, and this one is pure beauty. Look at all the eccentric lines on this thing. Some scallions on top. It looks like a gentle windless pond on a cool windless summer day where everything's just perfectly still and beautiful. Chilled dashi broth. I feel like the last dish, I like the broth more than the noodles. When the noodles are chewy, they are not nearly as chewy as these. These are super springy. I feel like Spider-Man could use these to shoot out of his web shooter. It's so elasticy and smooth. The ramen is 100% the best part of this dish. Also, at 500 yen, this is about $3 bowl of delicious udon. Yeah, this place has a line for a reason. It's definitely worth a try. Nothing wild on the menu. Everything's just executed perfectly. Just got my Yaki Soapa and it looks incredible. Got a ready egg that they put on top of everything. Bits of pork belly, underneath shrimp, squid. There's some scallions, and right underneath it all, ooh, saucy, delicious looking soba noodles. The thing that sets this place aside, besides the fact that they only serve Yaki Soapa, they make their noodles fresh, and the noodles are made with Hokkaido flour. Wow. Which makes the noodles extra springy and chewy. love how the fatty pork belly is all charred on this bun, so you get that delicious smoky char flavor when you take a bite of the meat as well. And the runny eggs kind of balances out the sweetness of the yakisoba. And there's so much sauce here. I'm gonna add some peppercorn. So the spicy sauce not only adds a huge kick, there's a ton of Worcestershire flavor in that as well. The mayo goes so good with the yakisoba. I highly recommend it. Wow. It makes it more creamy. It enhances the spice flavor. Also peppers, delicious numbing touch. Definitely take advantage of the toppings they give you. Everything about this, from the seafood to the pork to the chewy noodles. Also, this is definitely the sauciest yakisoba I ever had and the spiciest. Dinner time, this place, it's a fried sandwich shop, and the price for the sandwiches are as low as 100 yen per sandwich. So about 67 cents can give me a sandwich at the shop. I got 4 sandwiches. The 60-cent sandwich, I'm gonna start with the hot sandwiches. Every single sandwich is freshly fried and then stuffed with all sorts of different ingredients. And here I got an egg salad. You gotta get an egg salad sandwich whenever you see one here in Tokyo, here in Japan. And the sandwich is fried to a golden crisp. This is a hefty sandwich. It's definitely oily because this thing is just deep fried bread, so all the oils is trapped in here. But the texture is so much better than a regular egg sandwich because obviously crispy, toasty bread, it's just better. Well, the egg salad is so good. The outside, it's just a wonderful crunch, especially when you go near the crust. Inside, creamy, rich, yolky egg salad. And this sandwich, 450 yen, so about $3. Yeah, that's a really good deal for the sandwich. I was actually just gonna get 3 sandwiches, but he said I had to try the curry sandwich. He said this is his best one, and it's piping hot. Whoa, this is freaking next level. These sandwiches are just overstuffed with filling. It's just a load of curry. Kind of looks like the size of a Texas toast split open. This curry is delicious. It's spicy, it's meaty. I think there's some potatoes in here with some toasty cheese on top. So the curry itself is already amazing. With that crunchy fried toast, gives it a nice crunch with every single bite. You can have a louder crunch from the edges or subtle crunch in the middle. There is no bad bite in the sandwich. I might just like this curry one better. I'm so happy recommending this, 10 out of 10. Next to deep fried dessert sandwiches. This is the 100 yen sandwich. Deep fried sandwich with homemade whipped cream. So the first one's 100 yen, which is about 60 cents. And then the second one is 300 yen. This is so bad because it's so good. This is some simply delicious stuff, and only for 100 yen. If I lived in Tokyo, I just might be getting this every single day. I mean, 60 cents for this. This thing tastes like it was made in heaven by a diabolical angel. Oh my gosh. The problem with this is the whipped cream somehow tones down the greasiness of the sandwich. It doesn't taste as oily as the egg salad or the curry. It feels like this is pretty light, cream, sweet, very milky. That's the thing about Japanese milk products. It's extremely rich, but at the same time tastes very milky and delicious. And I can't really compare this to anything else I've had because I don't think I've had anything like this before. I got one more sandwich to go. This is another sweet sandwich. Matcha whipped cream with matcha powder on top with chocolate truffles on top of that. It's really good. You get that rich matcha cream that has a little bit of bitterness, and then all of a sudden as you're chewing, the chocolate truffle starts to melt. You're getting all sorts of different meltiness here. Oh, that bite I bit into more of the matcha powder. Brings a lot of bitterness, but it's the good kind of bitterness, the fragrant, delicious tea that balance out the sweetness and richness of the sandwich. It's really good. I still think that simple whipped cream one, that's the best one. And I think the best savory one is the curry, although the egg salad I love so much. This is a gem of a place. Really good price points on some delicious sandwiches. If you are in Tokyo, try out the whipped cream. You'll know what I'm talking about. This is it right here. So go around the corner and that's how you get there. This restaurant's really interesting. There's a couple of cabbage sitting outside. Oh, okonomiyaki place. And here it is. All you can eat Chinese buffet for 1,000 yen. So about $6.50. They just opened and already a line. Taking a bite. I think I love this place. A lot of classic Sichuan dishes like mapo tofu, double cooked pork. There's spicy beef and peppers, spicy dry tofu. There's a mantou. There's also pig trotters, lo mein, fried rice, soups. All you can eat for about $6. Let's try the mapo tofu first. Spicy, yummy, very rich. You taste the delicious fermented beans. That is not a bad mapo tofu. I haven't had a flour roll in so long. You take this, dunk it into the mapo tofu. Bhaja is really good. Very soft and fluffy. That's a pretty authentic tasting flour roll. Double cooked pork. This thing's better than the mapo tofu. Giant chunks of pork. Some pieces are nice, fatty, very spicy and peppery. Sweet and sour shrimp. Not bad. Whoa, this I really, really like. These are basically stir-fried slices of potato. These things are deep-fried first, so they got a really nice and crunchy outer shell. And then they stir-fry it like you would do like a cumin beef or a cumin lamb. So you see all the cumin spices on the outside? It's crunchy, it's very cuminy and smoky. I'm just tasting every single dish and see what I'm gonna go for more later. The lo mein is phenomenal. Just a heaping serving of flavor and wok-hei. That is smack you in the face good. Another one of my favorite dishes, shredded beef with peppers that they serve here. Not a lot of beef in there. Beef is expensive. That one's just okay. Yeah, the tofu skin is so good too. The dishes that are supposed to be spicy, they do not skimp on the heat. They do have soup here. The soup is very light, little tofu, little seaweed, and the tea is included. Oh, totally forgot. I got a piece of fried chicken. Not bad. Those things are really tender. Braised pig trotters. I have often talked about my love for pig trotters, and this thing in particular, so much great flavor and texture. As I'm sitting here talking and eating my food, all I want to do is go up there and get more lo mein, double cooked pork, and those potatoes. I think those three things are my favorite thing on this buffet. All this, it's just absolute comfort food for me. $6 for all you can eat comfort food. This is a tremendous deal. All right, round two. I got more lo mein, tofu, stir-fried potatoes, double cooked pork. Can't believe all this costs less than a Big Mac. And finish everything off with some almond pudding. And it's all locals here too. What a gem of a buffet. Big bowl of pork. over rice. I'm being traditional here. Started off my day with bacon.
Lying out the door already. Small, medium, large, or huge. This is the medium. This is the huge.
One guess which one I'm getting. It's that one. I'm not sure what this is. I just saw the guy before me order it. Actually, everyone's ordering it. This, in Chinese, it says some sort of gravy. It's like meat juice or something. Everyone's getting this. Oh, that's my pork ball. That might just be one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, tell me this is not gorgeous. Look how juicy this is. And it's charred on the pork, charred on the edges. And also, I gotta commend them on the artistic placement of the pork. Look, it's just like spiraling. It's in a perfect layout with the veggies on the top, almost like a meat bouquet. And it's borderline hypnotic. Watch. If I turn this really quickly, doesn't that just kind of put you in a trance a little bit? And the juice on every single bit of the pork. I think the extra that I paid is the extra juice that you see here. And I promise you right now, that is well worth the 50 yen. Every single piece looks like it has a good balance of fat and just beautifully cooked. I love this. I love seeing the char pattern. This, what you're seeing here, guys, this is a magically delicious moment where the rice morphs from something plain to something spectacularly beautiful. Itadakimasu. If you are ever in Japan, you love pork, and if you don't come here, you're gonna be filled with food regret for the rest of your life. Bam, I'm gonna chase it with some rice. Oh my God. Is it weird that I almost like that batter rice more than I do the pork? This is remarkable. The pork is just a perfect amount of fat, a little sweet, slight bitterness from the char, an absolute flavor bomb. And this is why they only need one layer of pork above the rice. That's all you need to flavor all this rice. So good. So as soon as you put this in your mouth, your senses will immediately be invaded by just this remarkable smoky flavor. It's a little bit sweet, incredibly, incredibly juicy. Look, thin layer of meat over a mound of rice. You need all this rice to contain just the immense flavor from the meat. Like, you need it. Look at it. Look at my rice right now. Tell me you don't want a spoonful of that. This is how you're supposed to eat bacon for breakfast. And if you get extra large, bring your appetite, because I'm halfway through, and this thing is definitely filling me up. And I'm gonna take you guys for a look underneath the porky surface. That rice is already really fragrant before the juice. After the juice, you're gonna fall in love even more. Totally didn't see this. Oh, some spice is gonna make this even more magnificent. I can't get over how incredibly flavorful each piece of pork is. You know the game Angry Birds, and the birds are attacking the pigs? Well, this meal, the roles are definitely reversed. This should be called an Angry Pork Bowl, because every bite is like a flavor bomb. You wanna have a good day? You start your day off with something immensely delicious. And today, I'm gonna have a great day, no matter what happens. It's already great. Make sure to put some pepper on it. One of the only times I'll tell you, pepper over chilies. Starting today's food day a little later, but I've never been inside one of these standing only sushi places, and check out this deal. So the price ranges from about 80 yen to about 400 yen. So at today's conversion rate, about 50 cents to about $3 per piece. Let's go try some. So for 80 yen, it's about 50 cents. You can get the squid, the tamago. You get mackerel for 80 yen? No way. You can also get nigitoro. So you can just order and then he'll mark it on a little sheet in front of you what you ordered. That's so good. I love this. Salmon is so fatty and delicate. Oh, that mouthfeel is out of this world. The quality of sushi here is really nice. The rice, deliciously vinegary. And the chef is just remembering all the orders you just call out. So whenever you want to eat something, just call out. He'll make it fresh for you, put it right in front of you, and you're eating. I mean, I'm not the sushi expert of the world, but the quality is fantastic. The value is just tremendous. This is such a good place to come if you want to try some delicious sushi. You don't want to pay that much. The shrimp is so sweet. Again, every single piece I had, it's just ridiculously delicate and fresh. Really lean piece of tuna. Fresh as can be, soft as can be. Under $1 for that piece. And this is the ultimate. Eat a lean piece, chase it with a fatty piece. I mean, maybe it's because the fish market is right next door to this place, but the quality is just mind-blowing. I can't believe based on the price how good this is. Oh, and that scallop is just so sweet. This is a gem of a place. I highly, highly recommend coming here. If you love sushi, the atmosphere is nice. The chef is really friendly. It's all locals here. I'm here on a Saturday afternoon. All locals. Amazing. Standing sushi bar right on the edge of Tsukiji. So many delicious pieces. Everything came out to be under $10 US. The chef is so accommodating. Everyone, they're so lovely. You don't have to speak English. They got an English menu. They work with you. That's a high, high, high recommend right there. Lunchtime line around the block. So there's a couple dishes that are really popular here. The second most popular is the gyudon. So thin slices of marinated beef. I dropped an egg on top of that as well. Beautiful golden egg. The beef, the slices are so thin. It looks really fatty and tender. The juice, of course, covers every single grain of rice. Give this a nice mix. This smells so beefy. I'm really actually more excited for what's coming up. This looks like a bowl of beef and beef intestines. This is what's smelling so good in that boiling pot. Last time I saw a boiling pot like that, it was in Thailand, and that thing has been cooking for over 40 years. So the beef, just about as tender as they come. The fat kind of melted with the rice, with that silky velvety egg, just creates this awesome luxurious texture. I definitely recommend putting some chilies on this just to balance out the richness a little. I'm gonna jump into this beef bowl really quick. There's scallions on top, and the sauce looks way more rich and soy saucy. There's also konjac in here as well. This is so lovely. The flavor is definitely richer and deeper. It's beefier, it's soy saucier, so it's got more of a umami bite to it. I'm in love with this bowl. I mean, the gyudon's good. I love that. This is some must-get stuff. You could tell the meat has been simmering in that broth for so long. You're definitely getting some organ meat. This is a little intestine, which is so fatty and nice. Again, steeped in that delicious dark sauce. When you're watching this, it's just as saucy and flavorful as you would imagine. Very beefy, a bit of that nice organy flavor, some snappiness from the konjac, crunchiness from the scallion. Again, add a little chilies in here. I would highly, highly recommend trying this. Maybe after, eat some fish, eat something light, come for something that's just saturated with flavor and sauce. I saw people waiting here since 8 o'clock in the morning. Now I see why. This is the other place I was eyeing right next to the stewed beef place. So they serve rice bowls or pasta. And I got spicy mentaiko pasta. I love this. A little cup of broth. The broth is delicious. Pasta, so chewy and al dente, covered in mentaiko and chilies. It's spicy, it's briny. Mentaiko gives off such a deliciously umami-filled flavor. This is just incredibly satisfying for about $6. I would highly, highly, highly recommend coming here. This is a ramen shop I just heard about. It's a newer ramen shop. And the thing is, it's very affordable. So about 490 yen for a small bowl of ramen. So about $3, $4 for a bowl of ramen. And it's supposed to be pretty darn good. So this thing, tons of scallions, egg in the middle. It's medium width noodles, very wavy, very saucy, it looks like very springy noodles. There's also a lot of sauces here to put it in. Let's try this on its own first. Noodle texture is delicious. I think it's a porky broth. Let's add in some extra garlic. There's hot oil as well. Overall, this is a very good bowl of ramen, especially for the price I'm paying, under 500 yen. The noodle is one of the chewiest, most al dente I've had in the ramen world. Scallions, like I said, a lot of them creates a good refreshing balance from that thick, rich broth. This thing, especially with some heat, that's pretty awesome. It's definitely one of the most unique bowls of ramen I've had in Japan. The broth is really good. Very savory, very garlicky. Even before I added the garlic, mainly just from the scallions. This is one of the most affordable bowls of ramen I've had in Japan. It's also one of the best. I really like this place. It's very unique. If you want something that's completely different than traditional Japanese ramen, good place to come to. This place is on the 4th floor. I think this is it. This place has a special deal where you can get all you can eat oden, basically different fish cake and vegetables cooked in dashi broth. And you can get it as much as you want for 500 yen, so a little over $3 US. All you have to do is get one drink, and it could be any drink, soda, tea, alcohol, anything. That's a fantastic deal. It's really cool. They come over with a platter of chopstick holders, and you can pick your own chopstick holder. Got a little lotus flower, and then scan the QR code, order the drink. Wow, there's one drink that is very peculiar. If you ever come here, you'll see what I mean. Actually, a couple drinks that's very peculiar. One of them is cold boiled rice. Oden just got here. Inside, there's konjac jelly, a ginormous, biggest I've ever seen in the world of shomai, half a potato, and of course, fish cakes. Light but very flavorful dashi. Konjac, some of my favorite stuff. The dashi definitely cooked into all the ingredients in here, but it is very light. If you want some additional flavors, there's mustard and chilies. I think for my shomai, add a little chilies, add a little spicy mustard. Oh, that's pretty darn good. That is a meaty shomai. Same thing with the potatoes, add a little bit of chilies, and these are really spicy chilies. Fish cake. Fish cake, really soft. Very good with some spicy mustard. Got my second bowl. This is a tube-shaped fish cake. This is one of my favorite ones. I think this is the best thing in here. I'm so sad they didn't have the egg. Egg is always my favorite ingredient. Probably the best piece in the house is just around the oden station. You can just sit around and point to the pieces you want. Oden is probably one of the best Japanese comfort foods out there. And it's just perfect when it's cold out. And right now, it's chilly, it's raining. I feel my whole body heating up. And this dish is so versatile. There's so many different ingredients, and depending on which province you're in. Overall, this is a very lively, fun place. The staff's really, really nice. So if you ever do come here, don't feel intimidated that you don't speak the language. And when I got here, it was completely full. Oden is good. The dashi's on the lighter side, but just dip it in some spicy mustard for $3. This is an absolute amazing deal. And that wraps up another food tour here in Tokyo. Went to a lot of places I never knew existed. And as always, all the places are listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.